Hello, wow, it's been quite a while. Good evening, and thank you for joining me today on Estic Media. My name is Esther Nwachuku. So, the president recently traveled to Europe. The Minister of Information and Strategy, Mr. Bayananiga, told us that the president is on a working vacation. It's his annual leave, but he's going to be working from there. He did not hand over to his vice, Mr. Kashim Shitima. Now, basically, since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu took over power, he has traveled up, I think, 41 times, or rather more than, either less than, but he has traveled more than any other sitting president in the past 2 years to countries outside, which includes basically most times Brazil, Paris, or France. Okay, the last one he went to, where is that country that he went? St. Lucia. Yes, he traveled to St. Lucia. Most times we hear that he went on a working visit. But the thing is, just before May 29, Democracy Day, the president actually traveled out of the country. And in that travel, the talk was that he was meant to reflect on certain things of the administration. We even heard that there were talks that he was going to change his ministers, and some especially ministers who are not active, who have not been working. Well, the changes he made were not really significant because there were some sectors that they wanted the ministers to be changed. However, there are talks by some Nigerians that the president travels frequently for health reasons. Some persons believe that it's due to kidney related issues or heart related issues, and he goes there for dialysis. I'm like, eh? Dialysis for real? Well, a couple of people feel that it's actually possible. The president is old. He may have a couple of health issues, but what is the problem with him disclosing to Nigerians that he is not feeling well? The United States of America former president Mr. Joe Biden, whenever he had issues or any health issues, he always mentions it. The public is aware. The people know that he's ill. When Pope Francis, one who just died, was ill, the whole world knew what he was going through. So why do African leaders like to hide that aspect of it? When Yarodua passed on, late Musa Yarodua passed on, it was late Dora Akinyuli that told Nigerians what was really going on, because according to her, the stories were not merging, things were not matching up. And while the president travels most times, there are always issues. For example, Petrol Tankers Association are saying they want to down their tools on Monday. They want to go and strike, and there is a fear of looming fuel scarcity. Nigerians are literally trying to survive, but every day there's always one issue or the other from the government of the day. So the question is, where do we go from here? I'm going to be speaking with Mr. Tony Mbata. He is a political, national, and social affairs commentator. Mr. Tony Mbata, thank you for joining me today
Thank you.
on Estic Media. I am so happy that you're here with me, Mr.
Thank you.
Tony. You heard what I said very recently. There are talks that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu actually traveled for health-related issues, which the government of the day has refused to disclose to us. And the question is, why hide these issues? Why hide these things? What exactly is the reason for hiding the truth about the president's health status? And then another question is it not the right of the president to travel if he wants to travel? But there are endemic issues happening in the country, but the travel has been so frequent because he just recently came back from Brazil.
Mister, you have asked a very fundamental question. And furthermore, when you are giving your analysis, you talked about other leaders of the world, like American president, like Pope Francis. Most of them disclose what they are suffering. But I'm not surprised. African leaders, Nigeria, a case study. Remember Yaradua, you made mention of it. At a point, Yaradua could not, we don't know whether Yaradua was alive or not. We don't know what happened. Then Buhari too, that's what brought the issue of Jubri, when they were saying that Buhari is dead. And a lot of analysis was given because of this. And Tinubu himself has started it to tell you that we have leaders that are not leaders. You know, politicians are not leaders. But when you take a public office, everything about you is supposed to be made public. And there are constitutional provision when you want to travel, what you're supposed to do. You are not a stone or iron that you can't seek. When you seek as a public officer, you make it open. But APC government, let's start from them, has made it as if there is something so special about it. So them doing it, it has become a ritual for them not to tell us. But what I frown at is, why don't APC government, anytime they are traveling, to hand over to the second person that is in power? One, I don't know. I don't
I
know.
think ever since late Umaru Musa Yar'Adua's death, I think what happens is that most time the president travels, especially since APC came on
That's
board.
what I'm saying.
They're usually afraid to hand over to their
They are
vice.
afraid because they don't trust themselves, because they are party of deceit. And whatever they are doing is to deceive one another. They don't trust themselves. They don't trust the second in command. They don't obey the constitutional provision. They have finished Nigeria. They can't believe in the constitution that you took an oath that I'm going to uphold this. They are not doing it. So Nigerians should know that APC, they have come to destroy this country. And except we kick them off from this country, things cannot go well. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust the second person. You don't believe in the constitution you took an oath to uphold. So what are we doing? Nigeria, we have entered one chance.
Oh, well, as you do know, in Lagos, the ADC office, or rather the meeting point of some ADC officials, was sealed off. What is the reason? No one told us anything. So, Balibo Road 5, you do know that he was a governorship aspirant under the Labour Party, all right, who ran for the governorship position in Lagos State in 2023. And he wrote a tweet and said that Lagos is for all of us. Why did you seal off our meeting venue? We had actually written and gotten approval from the state. So what happened? And no explanation whatsoever. They called out Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State as to why their meeting venue was sealed. Now you know that this is just coming immediately after the Kaduna State Police Command invited Malam Masood El-Rufai along with 7 others to come to their station for questioning over complaints made by unnamed persons. They call it for cyber stalking and public disturbance and destabilization of the polity. That's basically one of the reasons why they're actually inviting them. And it's coming simultaneously. Now, you also recall that when Peter Obi went to Edo State, where Governor Okpebholo actually warned him not to come to Edo State. So Nigerians are now saying that there is a deliberate restriction on opposition and is leading to what you call a way of authorization, like an autocratic system of government where you don't want to hear opposition, you don't want to hear any form of criticism, you don't want to get any reaction, and you want to be the only political party existing. Mr. Tony Imbata, what do you think would have made the state government or the state governor seal up the venue of the ADC? Don't they have any right to meet, to converge, especially if they've gotten approval from the state government?
We have a freedom of association, and the property they are meeting is not government property. Okay. So they have the right to meet. Now, the problem is that, or what made APC government be doing all these things, they know that they can't win even councillorship election, and they don't have the people's mandate. They stole it because the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, when he was campaigning, I called him Jaraban. He said, "Stole it, grab it, run away with it." And they are doing it, and they have introduced this to the national politics. So they know that they can't win any election. ADC government, ADC party want to meet. And there was a story that, when ADC, in the 2023 election, that most of the local government chairpersons of ADC party, they were insinuation that they betrayed the party. And now the party expelled them in Lagos. But after that, they now came to roundtable conference to make sure that whatever happened, they reconcile. And many other people are decamping to ADC. Some party members from PDP and other political parties, NNPP. So
even some APC as well.
Some APC. Now the APC people know that this thing is a problem to them. So what do? They are afraid. They have to seal up they don't have any reason. The reason is that they are afraid. The reason is that they don't obey the constitutional provision of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So they have destroyed Nigeria, and they keep destroying Nigeria because they are not obeying the constitution. Look at most of the things that are happening. So the thing basically is that they don't believe in the rule of law. But these are the same party that went and deceived Nigerians to uproot PDP. To uproot PDP because they deceived Nigeria. Now they don't want to obey the constitutional provision. If PDP has been doing what APC is doing here, do you think that they will win the election? They won't. But because there was a rule of law, like Jonathan did it, if they know they are doing well, they should allow people to judge.
Exactly.
They should allow people. All the
Shouldn't be
indices,
afraid.
they shouldn't be afraid.
Let your work speak for you.
Thank you. So
Why
why
do
are
you
they
have to
afraid?
impede? Why do you have to stifle? Why do you have to restrict? Why do you have to limit
They
people?
know they don't have
If you are
anything.
very confident in your
They
works,
don't have
if you're
anything. They
confident
don't
in
have
your
anything
policy
to offer
implementation.
Nigerians. So they'll keep doing intimidation, kill them, grab, run away. That is what Bola Ahmed Tinubu told them to do. They are doing it.
Oh well, as we see how things continue to, commence or how things continue to go on before the 2027 elections, one thing that is very optional and quite important as well. It's optional. The reason why it's optional is that you have a choice. Nobody is going to force you to. But if you haven't registered, go and get yourself registered. Make sure you also collect your PVC. And on that very day, protect your votes. That's
Esther, not only protecting, INEC should do the right thing. Nigerians have been getting it right. Nigerians have been voting the people they want. But the institution called INEC is the problem we have in this country. Those people minding INEC, being at the helm of affairs of INEC, that telling us glitch, and the people causing us pain.
Oh yes, please. That's true. INEC glitch. INEC likes to glitch. I think that's a new
Jam borrow the
slogan.
glitch too.
Wayek did. Oh
Did.
God.
Very soon, judiciary will borrow the glitch.
It is well with Nigeria.
It
Please
is
kindly
well.
subscribe, like, share. I would like to know what you think based on the conversation that we had today. Bye for now.